Welcome back to another edition of High School Game Day. I am Chandler Todd.
I'm Chris Meyer.
And I'm Dylan Peterson.
We got 3 exciting matchups today, so let's dive right in.
I'm excited. Let's just jump right into it.
First, we got Boone and Humboldt.
Oh boy.
Chandler, what do you think about this
See,
one?
these two teams, from what I've reviewed, are both 0-4. It could be a difficult matchup tonight. We've got some stats here, but I think it's going to be a pretty good game.
I'm going to have to pick Humboldt on this one,
Mhm.
and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, looking at Humboldt's stats here, we got Jacob Thurm for Humboldt's quarterback, all right? And looking at his stats here, 431 yards. I mean, that's just outstanding.
Mhm.
And not to mention Gabe Goodell with 11 receptions. I mean, you can only assume Gabe Goodell and Jacob Thurm have a power relationship right there. I mean,
I never thought about that.
Outstanding offense, but even better passing game is Boone.
Oh, wow.
Morgan
Yeah.
Smith is Boone's quarterback with 558 yards. Outstanding. They have a pass-first offense. 99 attempts on the season. Way more than any other team we've reviewed. I'm picking Boone tonight. 3 out of 4 of Boone's losses have been by a touchdown or less.
Right. And it'll be a tough matchup. Boone's got that Tegan Brock that's a powerhouse, and Humboldt's got Matt Miller with those 21 solo tackles that we've really seen show up. So it could be a tough one, but that Thurm that we were talking about, he's all over the place. He's got the arm. He's got, 431 passing yards, excuse me. What a monster. This could be some kind of close matchup, but I'm going to have to go with Humboldt tonight. I think that if they play well, they'll really pull out a victory.
now, I think this is a great matchup. I mean, evenly, both 0-4.
Right.
But can we take a look at Jamison Hines? 342 rushing yards. I mean, that's just outstanding. I mean,
Tegan
Wow.
Bach.
Wow.
Boone's Tegan Bach is an animal.
Yeah.
He has 46 total tackles on
Yeah.
the season. Way more than anybody else we're reviewing today. He is an animal who gets after the running back or whoever has the ball.
The quarterbacks are both strongly there too. The quarterback ratings, we've got 82.6 for Morgan Smith and 86.7 for Mr. Thurm. So it'll be a tight match, guys. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna have to go with Humboldt.
I agree.
yeah, looking at Jacob Thurm, Gabe Goodell, Sam Fisher, Matt Miller, and Jamison Hines, I'm going to have to pick Humboldt on this one.
Sure.
As I said before.
I'm picking Boone because of their explosive, over 550-yard passing game.
Right.
Let's jump into the next one, shall we?
All right, our next matchup is Eagle Grove at Pocahontas. Chris?
All right. Eagle Grove, not the best passing game, and that's okay.
Right.
They have 2 really good running backs to make up for it. Roberto Calles and Joel Mendoza.
I have noticed that actually recently. I watched 20 total points for Mr. Mendoza.
Half of their points.
Exactly. That's a powerhouse right there. I'm really understanding this correctly. It should be pretty good. After Pocahontas' loss last week against Alto Aurelia, wow. Can we dive into that quick? Pocahontas, if they're going to show up tonight, the offense has got to get better. The offensive line, I've noticed, has been nothing but tricky business, and it's not there at all.
Let's just wait a second on that to get into Pokey, shall we?
Oh,
All right. Eagle Grove. Eagle Grove has one of the most unique formations I've seen in a football team this year. First of all, they have double tight ends usually, and a man horizontal to the line of scrimmage. Most of the time, this man runs into formation on the other side. I haven't seen any other team do this. I'm sure there's a benefit, but I'm not sure what it is.
Mhm.
And it's not very clear from their plays.
Oh, yeah. I totally agree with you, Chris. And diving back into Eagle Grove's running game, it is absolutely crazy, and they're just hard to stop. It's just plain and simple. But if the Indians are able to stop runners like Joel Mendoza, they should be easy to put Eagle Grove away.
I agree. I'm picking Pocahontas to win this game by a lot.
I'm going to have to go with my gut here and say this is going to be another bloodbath, guys. Pocahontas area, when they get going, they go. And I've noticed that, but I just don't see the stats adding up for Eagle Grove.
Oh, yeah.
And like I mentioned earlier, before Chris had stopped me, Pocahontas Indians have got to get on that offensive field. They've got to get going with it. The defense can come out and show up when they've got that optimism coming right off of the offense. I'm not sure, guys.
I agree. Pocahontas' offense has been struggling. Their defense is way too much pressure on them.
I agree.
The
I
offense
agree.
is not taking enough time on the field to have some fun on defense.
What about like Cage Aarons, Cole Runneberg, and we got Luke Crossgrove
Right.
and Colt Freeberg and Cooper Christians on our offense. I mean, I just have this gut feeling that our offense is going to have an outstanding game, and I think last week's game against Altairilla was a real eye opener for them. I think they're going to come back.
I'm going to have to agree, and we had talked about Alto's defense last week, and this could be it right here, guys. I mean, I'm not bashing Pocahontas in any way here, and none of this actually, while I mentioned that, is out of hate. This is statistics at its finest, guys. This is what we've been cooking up. So what I'm watching here, Trey Aylerts, when he does not have the line, Chris, you know what happens.
He gets too much pressure on him. He runs out of the pocket and has to scramble. Trey Aylerts,
He's helpless.
He's
Every
the second.
single time.
He's the second leading rusher. Plain and simple, because
Right.
he gets forced out of the pocket
Right.
and scrambles.
Absolutely.
These aren't planned runs. Most of them aren't.
No.
Most of them are the offensive line lets the defender through, and he gets
Oh, yeah.
forced out.
But see, we noticed it constantly, and I really watched it tough last week. It's just the offense wasn't quite there. The chemistry was not there. And that's just what I'm getting at. And I think it's going to be Pocahontas by 30. I had seen Chase Cook last week. That kid was going out for a pass, the touchdown pass at the end of the game, and it went right through his hands. Oh my goodness. I have never, the groan from the Pocahontas area sideline, the groan from the fans.
Shout
Next
out to
week,
you.
Chase Cook. Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Oh, shucks.
Chandler, who do you think? Who do you think is going to win this game? Is it
Pocahontas. Pocahontas for
I'm
sure.
going to have Pocahontas on this one.
I agree. I think Pocahontas wins this one
Okay.
in a landslide.
Let's talk about Manson and Alta. The reason we're here, guys.
Game of the week.
Wow. This could be a matchup, guys. That's all I can mention here. Manson. Let's talk a little bit about Manson.
Okay. So right into it, Manson's quarterback, Austin Enlicker, 50% completion rate, not awful. 323 yards, not awful at all, actually.
That's good.
Compared to, let's say, Altairilla's quarterback, Logan McCoy, how we talked about last year, not the best, not bad, but not the best. All right, so Manson v. Altairilla on the quarterback, I'm going to have to go with Manson. Manson's got a better quarterback with the quarterbacks. On the side of the quarterback, Manson's got it.
I agree. However, Austin Anlicker does have 7 interceptions on the season.
Right.
And only 1 touchdown pass.
Right.
But, to be fair, that is 1 more touchdown pass than Logan McCoy has thrown.
That is true.
He has
And
received more than he has
And
thrown.
what I have observed over the course of this, especially with Altairilla, last week I had gone into the game expecting Pocahontas a little bit more, and Alta came out full-fledged. The offense was on, the defense was really on. Nothing against Altairilla offense, but I feel like it was connecting. It was strolling right through. Pocahontas area wasn't quite, I'm not going to say ready for it. They weren't prepared. I mean, it wasn't there. But the defense, the animals that they've got from Altairilla, wow, that really flushed Pocahontas area.
I mean, looking at Indians and preparing for that game, I mean, even with us looking at game film and stats of Altairilla, I mean, that was kind of a surprise.
I
to be
agree.
completely
It's-
honest. I
and
mean,
we-
Altairilla just really impressed me.
Right,
To
and
be
when we
completely
had talked to
honest.
Mary Crosgrove after her interview, she had talked about how nervous these kids were, how almost every homecoming game all across the state, it gets nerve-wracking. The
Oh, yeah.
school's depending on you. It's the whole week based on this football game. So there's a lot of nerves there, but Alta's got a homecoming game tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I think they'll show up, Chris.
You're picking Alta in this one?
I'm picking Altairilla, for sure.
I'm picking Manson, and here's why. Manson is an all-around team. They're not lacking in one field. They're not exceptional in any field either. They're just a well-put-together team. They have a good secondary. Caden Berkey, 5 interceptions on the season.
The kid's on. Oh, wow. When we watched the game
Hayden
against...
Berkey is an animal.
I agree. With the game against Pocahontas area in
Yeah.
Manson, wow. There were some nice catches and good interceptions there. The kid's on.
3 on the night.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And the issue with that is Manson likes to intercept the ball. Logan McCoy likes to throw interceptions.
Right.
This could be a great
This
great
could be
matchup
it. This
for
could be
Manson's defense. And that's why I'm picking them to win this game.
So, you know, based on looking at the stats on Manson, like Chris said, is not entirely awful in any field, but they're not exactly good. Okay, and looking Alta, it has a good defense. There's no way around it. They have a good defense, but a below average quarterback. So I mean, you could have an exceptional defense, but how are you going to score?
Right.
Okay, but yeah. So looking at Manson, Caden Berkey, all around good player, scrappy. He's leading the team with fumble recoveries. He's got 5 interceptions, 12 solo tackles, 9 receptions. I mean, he's just all over the place. But I'm gonna have to pick Alta really on this one because overall, I think their defense is gonna overpower Manson.
I'm going to have to agree. I think Alta, the way they rolled last week was just, in my opinion, phenomenal. And like we had mentioned also last week, the student section, this could be a play here. I've noticed over the past years, over the past episodes, we've watched Altaria, they follow. They weren't all there at Pocahontas area last week, but at least they were there and they stayed for the game, which we had mentioned against Manson. That was kind of a blow for them at their homecoming game. It just depends. The fan base that goes with them can really tell a lot about a team.
When the town's standing behind you, the entire environment changes on the field.
I
You can
absolutely agree.
always see
I
it.
absolutely agree.
My grandpa always told me the one with the most points on the scoreboard wins the game. That's why I'm picking Manson.
And that could be very well.
I think they
very
have the
well
best
said.
chance to put the most points on the scoreboard.
I'm not sure. I honestly think if Alta gets that defense on, they'll crush Manson. That's what I'm going to be waiting for.
All right. This has been High School Game Day.
I'm Chandler Todd.
I'm Chris Meyer.
And I'm Dylan Peterson.